People say Californians are leaving Texas in droves. It's too hot, they say. The taxes are the worst. They miss their beaches and outdoor living. But here's the twist. Texas is still booming. And the migration story, it's not reversing. It's just changing. I've heard it from everywhere lately. Friends, clients, and even the media. The California to Texas wave is crashing. So today, we're digging into the data to see who's actually leaving, why they're leaving, and why the big picture looks very different than most people might think. Between 2018 and 2022, nearly 90,000 Californians moved to Texas every year, according to 5-year census data. That made it one of the biggest state-to-state migration flows in the entire nation. And in 2022 alone, over 100,000 people made the move, more than any other state. So why Texas? Well, no state income tax, bigger homes, more affordability, more space, and fewer regulations. Texas's booming economy only amplified the appeal. And once remote work took hold during the pandemic, Texas became a go-to for people fleeing crowded cities and skyscrapers and very high housing costs. Cities like Austin, Dallas, and Houston saw it right away. Home prices surged, new construction took off. California license plates were everywhere. That migration wave became more than a trend. It became a lifestyle, a reboot, a fresh start, a path to financial freedom. Fast forward to now, that initial frenzy may have cooled down, but the long-term patterns are still shaping what's next. Some Californians who moved to Texas over the last few years are now moving back. It's not everyone, not even most, but it is happening. And if you're thinking about making a move, these reasons are worth understanding. The Texas heat isn't just intense, it's relentless. Look, even in 2023, Austin had 45 straight days of over 100 plus degree weather, one of the longest heat waves in history. And it's not just the heat, it's the humidity, it's the flying roaches. I'm not kidding. Okay, mosquitoes. It's walking outside and instantly regretted that you had gone out there to begin with. And May of this year, Central Texas actually got hit really hard with a violent storm. We had 77-mile-per-hour winds, flooding, golf ball size hail was coming down, and over 60,000 homes lost power. For Californians used to coastal breezes and steady weather, that kind of shift can feel overwhelming. In Texas, there's no Prop 13 to limit property tax heights. Your taxes can go up every single year based on the market value. And insurance? The Houston Chronicle reports that many homeowners now pay $6,000 to $7,000 a year or even more due to the extreme weather risks. That alone can cancel out any savings that you thought you were going to make by moving here. Texas also has fewer labor protections. Tipped workers, for example, earn $2.13 an hour plus the tips, which is ridiculous. California, where servers make at least the full state's minimum wage plus the tips, makes a huge difference. Overtime, sick leave, vacation rollover are all limited here, as we're an at-will state. For people used to stronger workers' rights, it's a tough adjustment. So in terms of politics, Austin may feel like you're in a blue bubble, but Texas laws still apply. From education to reproductive rights to healthcare access to LGBTQ plus protections, things look very different here. Even everyday experiences can feel out of sync. Church culture tends to be bigger, more traditional, and often more political. Let's talk about lifestyle. People miss things like the beach, walkable neighborhoods, wine country weekends, consistent weather. In Texas, cars are essential. Public transit is limited, as I talk about all the time. Outdoor lifestyle, that really depends heavily on the season and the time of day. And the Gulf Coast? Well, it's not the Pacific Ocean. Remote work reversal. Some people moved thinking remote work was forever. Then came the company-wide email. Y'all know the one I'm talking about. Come back to HQ twice a month. Then come back every day because now you have to relocate. Suddenly, living in Texas while working for a California company just didn't seem to work out anymore. What does the data actually show us? Let's talk facts here. The idea that everyone's leaving Texas and heading back to California, it just doesn't line up with reality. The New York Times this year reported Texas still being one of the top destinations for people leaving California. Not Florida, not Arizona, still Texas. The Sun Desert noted that California saw its lowest in-migration rate in decades. Only 15.3% of newcomers came from other U.S. states. And Newsweek, they said migration in Texas has slowed, but it hasn't reversed. The frenzy cooled, but the trend didn't flip. Texas issued over 225,000 new building permits in 2024, more than any other state. That's 15% of all new homes nationwide. And let's be real, you don't build that much housing unless you know people are coming. The new Texas mover, what's changed isn't if people are moving, it's how they're doing it. They're asking way better questions. What's the true cost of living here? Can I work remote long term? Will I find a community? What are the school districts like? Can I handle, for real, 6 months of extreme weather? The people still moving here, they've done their homework. They've run the numbers. They're not chasing the hype. They're choosing reality. Texas still offers opportunities, but it's not a quick fix. It's a decision, and a big one at that. And for the folks choosing Texas for what it really is, not for what the internet promised, it can still be a smart, solid move. Who's staying and why? Let's not forget about the people who moved here and stayed. Not because Texas is perfect, but because it worked. They've adjusted to the weather, they've navigated the taxes, found more space, more freedom, and lifestyle that really works for them. For many, it wasn't just affordability, it was about the quality of life. Owning a home, starting a business, being near family, finding real community. Whether that's at church, your neighbors, co-workers, people who show up when the power goes out. That's true community. So is this narrative wrong? Yes, some people are leaving, and that's fair. But the idea that everyone is leaving, it just doesn't hold up. Most who made the move are still here, and more are still coming, but with more clarity and better questions. It's not a panic move anymore, it's a purposeful one. Texas still leads in net migration, home building, and business growth, but the story has matured, and so have the people moving here. They're not chasing trends, they're building a life. Hey, have you been thinking about moving to the great state of Texas? Well, my team and I would love to be able to help you make a move here. If you've got questions, we've got answers. Did you find this video helpful? Then hit that like button. And if you're feeling my vibe, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so that you don't miss a thing. And I'll see y'all on the next one.